Tennessee WildCast is live on the air with the latest on hunting, fishing, boating, and all things outdoors. Make welcome your host, drummer and outdoor expert novice, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, we're live on Facebook, and appreciate you all watching out there. And we're excited about today's show. We're going to be talking with Miss Jenifer Wisniewski, our new Communications and Outreach Chief here at the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so am I, Jason. Thanks for inviting me to sit in with you today. And hey, you nailed that Wisniewski too.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a tough one. Most people have struggled with that one. I've had some practice. Don King is with me today, and Don's becoming a normal on the show, and I appreciate him helping co-host.
You bet. Thanks for the shirt.
Yeah, so if you got a shirt, you're in, right?
That's right.
But today, before we hit up Jenifer and talk to her, we're going to be talking with Mr. Chris Anderson. He's here today on behalf of the McEwen Group, and he's going to be talking about the latest in Middle Tennessee real estate and stuff like that. What's going on in Middle Tennessee? But first, we want to get to know Chris. So, Chris, tell us a little about yourself. I hear you're a big deer hunter. Is that true?
I am. Thank you for having me here. The land business is sort of a second career for me. I did a stint in the corporate world, and I've been an outdoorsman all my life. I've been everything from a raft guide to a deer hunting addict to stream fisherman. And when I decided that I just wanted to do something different from the corporate world, I said, well, I've got a geology degree. I thought, hey, I've never gotten to use it. Let's try the land business. So I've been a land broker for about 10 years now. And
awesome.
I really specialize in working with folks who are in your audience, hunters and fishermen. That's my passion, is the outdoors. And I specialize in working with buyers. I sort of take a hunter's approach to real estate because for me to be able to go out and ride around on a four-wheeler and look at land with somebody is really not work. It's kind of my passion. So I kind of look at it as scouting with somebody.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun job, I'd say. Getting out there and riding around.
I love it.
And it's funny, with real estate like you're doing, there are a lot of other things to consider. We're somewhat used to buying every decade or so, maybe we might get into buying a house in a subdivision or something in the more not out in the country. But when you're looking at land and that kind of thing, what other kind of things are you looking for, Chris?
That's exactly right. Unless you've bought land before, most people's experience in real estate is having bought a house. And there's certainly lots of things to consider in buying a house. But most of the land details and issues have been worked out. The lot's been platted, and all the utilities and access and regulations have all been considered. But with raw land, you don't have that benefit.
Right.
And it really, the questions that you have to ask about a piece of land really depend on what you want to do with it, because that kind of drives the questions that you ask. And they're in residential real estate, there's a state law that the sellers have to provide a disclosure of any known defects. It's a written disclosure form, and there's some exceptions to that, but that's not a requirement for land. So the onus is on the buyer. It's caveat emptor, buyer beware. And so that's where having somebody like me who really specializes in land can be a real benefit. And the beautiful thing is, if you're interested in buying land, a buyer's agent doesn't cost you anything because the seller pays my commission.
Man, that's good to know.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit of how your relationship with John and Dan and those guys at McEwen Group worked.
Well, we're kind of like one big family down there.
Yeah.
It's an awesome place. The McEwen Group is we're the largest land brokerage in Middle Tennessee. We list most of the really nice properties. We cover from basically the Tennessee River on the west to the Cumberland Plateau on the east, Kentucky to Alabama, so pretty much the whole Middle Tennessee area. All of us are passionate about land. We kind of come at it from different angles, but we're all at our heart conservationists and outdoorsmen. And we all love people. We love customer service, and just getting to meet people. And some of folks who've become my best friends over the years started out as clients that we got out and we found a piece of land and hunt together, and it's great.
Well, we've got your website pulled up here on the screen if you're watching, and you can see how to get in contact with you. You got your office number, your mobile number there.
Right.
And there's land on here you can check out if you want to find some pieces of property. That's true. And anything you want to let them know about your website and how to get in contact with you and that kind of thing?
Well, there's a lot more information on there about the services that I provide. I can help you. If you've got a specific piece of land in mind, I start working with clients a lot of times when they say, "Hey, I've been looking at this piece of property. Will you tell me what you think?" And it can start there. Or if you just have a general idea of, I want to buy some land. What do I need to do? One of my first steps, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show, is I've got this concept of a pie. Okay, so if you think about a pie, the size of the pie being your budget. Okay, you tell me what your budget is, and then cut that pie into 3 pieces. You got quantity of land, quality of land, and location of land. Okay. The size of those pieces can vary, but they're not going to get any bigger than the pie you tell me we want to look at. So
right.
If you want a lot of quality, location or quantity has to, something's got to give in one of those sectors. So
Gotcha.
I kind of help people fit those together, and really, I have people all the time say, I got to have X number of acres.
Mm-hmm.
And we go out and we start looking, and they say, well, for my budget, X number of acres doesn't really get me very good land. Maybe I'd be better off with a little less land that's higher quality or something a little further out. So it's a process.
And you could probably take advantage of 150 acres might get you what you need versus 200 or something.
Exactly.
You think you need 200, but 150 will probably do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, tell people what the website address is real quick. Pursuitland.com.
Pursuitland.com. That's my personal website, and then the McEwen Group. We have the McEwengroup.com, and there's information. The McEwen Group has all of our agencies' listings on it, as well as all the popular land websites, Land Flip, Land and Farm, all those the third-party land websites. We advertise on those. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then also just a reminder to folks watching on Facebook: share this with your friends. There might have some friends that want to reach out to Chris or John or Dan at McEwen Group, and don't be afraid to call them. Give them a call, and
we'd love to talk with you.
Yeah.
Chris kind of skipped over his years with the Marine Corps, but anyway, thank you for your service there.
You're welcome.
Too.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, really appreciate that. All right. Anything else you want to throw in there before we transition?
No, let's just pray for the rain to stop so we can all get outdoors again.
I agree. All right. Well, Chris, I appreciate you, and thank you for all you do.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Q&A.
Oh, yeah.
Get your questions answered. TWRA Q&A. Q&A.
All right, Don, you know what time it is?
Q&A time.
Q&A time. All right, we're going to bring Jenifer on, but first we wanted to do a little Q&A.
Yeah.
So licenses went on sale yesterday.
That's right. And I was talking to Claire out front, and she was mentioning, I usually poll her. She's our frontline phones person here at the office, and she gets a lot of questions from the public, and she said she is having a few questions from folks about the auto renew, and I'm just going to tell you that's one of the best things we've done in a long time is being able to do that auto renew. Don't have to think about it. You just click that box and
make sure
you are good to go.
Check the box. You'll get an email notification. I got one a couple of days ago and said, hey, you're set up to auto renew. Make sure you got your credit card information in there and all that stuff.
Right.
And then I got an email yesterday saying, hey, you did it. So I now have my not my lifetime, but my sportsman's license for the season.
All right.
So we're good to go.
And one more thing, another popular one is the Type 600, which is the certificate or the privilege you need to purchase. It's about $10 to go take a hunter or a boater ed class.
Boater education.
And so anyway, just it's available on the website. You go buy that there, and then you're good to go to go take the boating class.
That's it. And our website, tnwildlife.org.
Yep.
We'll get you all that information. GoOutdoorsTennessee.com is the best place and easiest place to buy your license. So, all right. Well, I think that will wrap up the Q&A time for today, and I'm glad to have Jenifer Wisniewski with us today.
Yeah.
You got it.
Say hi, Jenifer. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, so I married a Polish man. That's how I got the Wisniewski.
So you're not from around here. Although I've heard that people's been asking you, are you kin to this person, that person?
Yeah,
and there's some Wisniewskis in Middle Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, meet Jenifer. Jenifer grew up in the outdoors, right?
I did.
Been in the outdoors for a long time.
Gosh, yeah. I was born in Alabama, and northeast Alabama, beautiful outside. Grew up hunting and fishing, and I consider myself a deer hunter if there's any one thing that I am. But I love to hunt dove and certainly bass and crappie and all of those wonderful things to go and hook. But yeah, I grew up in Alabama. I went to the University of Alabama, studied marketing there.
We're not going to hold that against you.
Roll Tide.
Let me hold up my little orange pig here.
But I was blessed to be able to work for the Georgia Department of Natural Resources for the last almost 6 years and be their marketing and public affairs person, and got a really nice phone call one day from the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and we worked in tandem for many years. I've worked with you guys, so I got that call, and I certainly jumped on the opportunity to come work for such a wonderful agency and be the new chief of outreach and communications here. And I brought my husband, of course, with me. He's a wildlife biologist. He's a fisheries guy. He studies mussels, and he is also now working for the agency. And we have our 1-year-old, and so we've relocated the whole family now to Mount Juliet, and we really love it here. And there's so many wonderful opportunities in Tennessee to get outside. And I mean, just the water resources alone. I mean, the rain has maybe added some lakes in the last couple of weeks, but the fishing, the hunting opportunities, all the turkey. I've seen so many turkey just on my drive to work.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about getting outside and hunting in Tennessee for sure.
It's fishing season, or coming around, starting to be fishing season, and you can fish all year long. But there's a lot of opportunities right there where you're at now, Priest, Old Hickory, and there's so many opportunities in Middle Tennessee for fishing and hunting too. So we're glad to have you. Glad to have the whole team. Yeah. Biologists and the 1-year-old. We're glad she's with us too.
The future angler.
There you go. There you go. So anyway, but we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the communication side of things and outreach that we're going to be doing, and some of the new things you're going to be bringing to the table. Yeah. You've implemented a lot of these things with Georgia, and we're going to implement some of these with Tennessee.
Yeah. So Tennessee's done wonderful things with their TV show and all the things that y'all have done, and I'm just going to add to it. So I want to add some newsletters so that people have even more resources to find where they can go hunting or fishing this weekend, or what may be the best thing to go after and target, the best places. When people are surveyed and they tell us what they want to hear from us, the number one thing that they want to hear is where they can go. And so I want to make sure that we tell them the best places that they can go to go do whatever it is that they want to do. And so, that's one of the reasons that I was successful in Georgia, was just being able to tell those people, especially with fishing reports, with hunting reports, and telling people about the opportunities that are near them that they can go take advantage of. So, and we have wonderful public opportunities here in Tennessee. So it's just, we're very blessed. So we just need to be able to make those opportunities known to all the people that go hunting and fishing, or might want to start.
Right, exactly. We're going to get those newsletters out various different ways, but one way is through email. Yeah. When we want your email address, we want you to sign up and to receive these. And our homepage has a button right there, and easy to do. And let's walk them through that. Okay. Or just show them at least how they can do it. tnwildlife.org. You can scroll up, and it says sign up today. Real easy. Get email updates. So you click there, enter your email address, and once you do that, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put my email address in there. All right. I consent. That easy. And then you've got a list to choose from.
Then you get some choices right there.
Yeah, so you signed up for a lot already. Look at that. Go figure.
I want all the emails. So anyway, you can click what you're interested in, and once you do that, you come down and hit submit, and you'll get you'll get emails throughout the year from us, and you got to have opportunities to receive emails from other state agencies as well. So
you can even sign up to receive text message alerts too.
All right, awesome. How do you do that?
You just put your phone number in instead of your email.
Okay, all right. Well, you can do that as well. I need to do that. Put my phone number in there and receive text messages. So what else are we going to be doing in the communication side of things that we're going to try to ramp up?
Well, emailing, texting. Some other things that we're going to do is improvements to the website. online world is constantly changing, right?
Yeah.
And we're trying to make things more and more friendly to find on a phone. And so making sure that everything that we can see easily here on this big screen is easily seen on a small screen too. And then also through social media. The agency's social media is wonderful. It's a great resource to find out what's going on the wildlife angle, for hunting, for fishing, for just cool things that are happening. A couple of weeks ago, we had to post about squirrel mating season. So, interesting facts that you might want to know.
What do you know?
So those types of things that the public at large wants to know, not just hunters and anglers, and communications that are our wildlife that's in Tennessee is a resource for everybody, not just hunters and anglers, and we work for everybody, not just hunters and anglers. So while it's hunters and anglers that fund us, again, go buy your license. We
Yes. Even just a Type 01's all you got to buy.
Yep. So they fund us, but we serve the public at large and are charged to conserve every critter in the state.
Yeah,
So,
not just deer and turkeys and bass. It's the whole gamut of.
it's skunks.
Yep.
And they're important.
Yeah, the songbird. It's all of it.
Yeah.
It's all of it. And speaking of songbirds, our Watchable Wildlife link on the homepage here takes you to check out the birds and all the other wildlife in the state.
The elk cam is really cool too.
The elk cam is out there and going great. But the Watchable Wildlife page here can get you to the birds, the mammals, reptiles, and everything. I mean, it's all right here. Trying to make it easy for you and get the most information we can, make it transparent and
Great for the kids to figure out some wildlife identification too.
Exactly. My son loves the animals. He loves getting the wildlife magazine in the mail.
Go bird watching. Do something fun this weekend.
Yeah.
If it's not raining.
Yeah.
If it's not raining. And speaking of this weekend, or maybe it's next weekend, we'll double check that. But the Trapper Training Camp is happening at Buffalo
coming
Ridge.
up, yeah.
And there's also going to be one at Hiawassee that you can take advantage of if you're out in East Tennessee. So those outreach opportunities are happening. And you mentioned on a small screen.
Yes.
The app.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if everybody knows this, but the TWRA On The Go app is updated now, and it's cooler than ever. So you can store not only your license, but the licenses for your whole family on one device, and you can go paper-free. You can show that to any officer, and it counts as your license. You can also check your harvest for turkey coming up for turkey season or deer with or without cell phone service. So it gives you a confirmation number, and you've got that there, and you're ready to go. So it's a really easy app to use. You've got a toolkit or toolbox there. So different resources for hunters and anglers, for maps. There's all sorts of cool tools.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got it right up here.
On the screen. If you're watching, you can see you're going go paperless. Find your hunting and fishing locations. Just all kinds of stuff. Like you said, the geolocation features are cool, and you'll be able to check your animal in.
The sunrise sunset things. It tells you, pinpoints your location and gives you the exact sunrise sunset.
So you don't have to add 15 minutes because you're 43 minutes west of whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No math needed.
So that's awesome. Yeah, the app has come a long way from version 1. We tried to get it out there and get some latest and greatest features for you, and we've even updated it even more now. So.
Yeah, so 117,000 people have the app so far, and so I hope more people will keep on keeping on and get it and put it on your phone, and makes it easy.
And we'll keep improving, keep making things better right there for you. So, all right, well, let's move on to outreach. One of the things you hear thrown around here a lot is R3. So, and the folks at home may not even have a clue what we're talking about there, but explain to the folks what R3 is and what we're trying to do as an agency.
Sure. So at a nationwide level, agencies are largely funded by hunters and anglers. And unfortunately, a national trend in hunting and angling, not so much in the southeast, but mainly out west, but we're starting to see some here. People aren't going outside and aren't taking up this sort of tradition of hunting and fishing like they used to. So in order to keep funding our agencies and keep funding wildlife conservation as a whole, we need to recruit. And that's first R.
That's R1.
Retain.
R2.
And reactivate
R3.
hunters and anglers. So we shorten that down to R3. So it's basically getting new hunters and anglers and keeping the ones that we've had. On average, a person that fishes, out of 10 years, they buy 3 licenses. Kind of amazing,
That's
right?
not
You would
enough.
think that
Yeah.
they would buy more,
Yeah.
but on average, people come and go from the sport of fishing. So we want them to buy a license 10 out of 10 years. Now, hunters are a little more loyal. So hunters buy a license usually 6 years out of 10. So that's still room for improvement, right? So a lot of times it's just reminding people that your licenses expire.
Right.
So as an agency, we can do a lot to keep people in the throes of keeping a license valid. So that's really kind of the measurement of success of our 3 for an agency, because without those hunter and angler licenses, we're not able to conserve wildlife. And if somebody is just a wildlife appreciator, if they like to bird watch, the number one way that you can do good for wildlife is to buy a hunting or fishing license. Even if you don't hunt or fish, it doesn't
Right.
matter. It's just your license for conserving wildlife in your state.
Right.
A lot of people may not realize that the dollars that come with the 001 license, that's $34, right? On top of that, there's federal funding that's called the Wildlife Conservation Funding, Wildlife Sport Fish Conservation Funding, that brings back federal dollars for excise taxes that people pay on fishing equipment, for archery equipment, on guns and ammo, and boat motor fuel. All of these things pay into a big federal pot. And if you don't buy a license in Tennessee, that money that you paid on taxes goes to another state.
We get less of that money.
Yeah, so it's important to not just bring that $34 and bring that to the agency, but that's our tool to get the rest of those federal dollars back. And those dollars, federal funds, kind of go up and down and up and down, but it's usually more than $34 that you're bringing back to the state. So that license is an investment, really, that brings tax dollars back to Tennessee. So it's very important.
Keeping our numbers up. That's where Jenifer's expertise in marketing really is going to be beneficial to our state. She was highly touted by the Georgia director.
Yeah.
Right when you came on board with Georgia, Dan Forrester, who was director at the time, sent me an email and said, "Oh, you need to reach out to Jenifer. She's our new person." And so anyway, I did, and Jenifer responded, and we've been buddies since.
That's right.
And have attended a lot of meetings and ACI, Association for Conservation Information, which she's the current president of. And but anyway, we are so tickled to have you on board here with in Tennessee and help us, keep those numbers up like you're talking about. It's so important to tout that message and let people know that, the best way to invest is to buy that 01, if you don't do anything else, buy that 01 license.
Yep. And then when it comes to outreach, we're trying to provide opportunities for folks to get outside. We just had the squirrel hunt in Lawrence. I think Lawrence County had one this past weekend. In Buffalo Ridge, we had one out there. It was a great time, and the trapping workshops are coming up, but there's also becoming outdoors women's events, young sportsmen's events, Wounded Soldier events, all kinds of stuff that we're trying to do to introduce people to the outdoors.
Right.
And remind them that it's all here for them and get out there and have fun doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So keep an eye out for those events. They're on Facebook most of the time. They're on our website. We send out press releases. We're trying to get the word out. Listen to this show. Watch this show. Got a few other radio stations maybe coming on board here pretty soon, so keep listening on the radio. We appreciate the radio partners.
Yeah, we've had good interest out there, and just look forward to adding new stations all the time.
Yep. So don't forget, licenses are on sale as of today. They go into effect on March 1st, and that'll last you through February 28th of next year.
That's right.
And you can buy a license anytime between now and the end of the year, but if you don't get it now, get it later.
Might as well buy it early. Hey,
Yeah.
you don't
You
waste
get your
a
money's
day.
worth, right?
Exactly. Don't waste a day. If you wait till the night before dove season opens, if that's what you're interested in, just buy it early. Somebody might ask you to go fishing between now and then.
For sure.
So we got a few more minutes before we got to get out of here. Jenifer, tell us a hunting or fishing story that stands out in your mind throughout your years of being in the outdoors. Anything fun, exciting that you can look back on or remember?
There's so many. The one that pops into my mind is, there's nothing like the feeling of following a blood trail when you're deer hunting.
There
You shot, you think you're successful, and you go and you see blood.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, that is one of the best feelings for sure.
Yeah. and tracking it. It's fun too. I mean,
so much fun.
Growing up, I was
kid on Christmas.
When I was younger, I shot a deer and I tracked that thing for seemed like days. Wasn't the greatest shot, but we found it.
Be a detective, I like to get my nieces in on it, and we just all make it a family thing. It's great.
Yeah.
So Jenifer, was it your dad or brother or who was it that kind of got you out there the first time?
Gosh, it was a family tradition.
The whole family.
We had a little farm in Alabama, so we'd have family dove shoots, and we'd have pond in the front yard, so we'd go fishing and all sorts of that kind of stuff. And who wouldn't want to be outside? It's beautiful. You get to connect, unplug, all of that stuff, and it's just fun.
Yep.
That's neat.
Yep. Anything you want to hit on? I've had a note here, partnerships that we have.
Oh, yeah, sure. We're working with the Georgia Wildlife Federation and the Natural Resources Foundation to put more events on our event system.
The Tennessee Foundation, right?
Yes. Sorry. What'd I say? It's a habit. It'll go away.
It'll go away.
It'll go away.
I understood what you meant.
When I moved to Georgia, I was saying Alabama for at least a year. So give me a couple more months, and then I'll have this
problem.
That's all right.
all sewn up.
Won't hold it against you.
But we're working to make our event system a little more robust so that people can find things near them and sign up for things that they're interested in. And, an angle that we're really trying to work, there's a big movement for local sourced protein that's organic, grass-fed, free-range. Well, there's no meat that's more natural than a wild game.
Right.
So, making people aware that they can go and shoot a doe and have wonderful meat for their family.
Exactly.
Yep. There's nothing better than some fresh deer or trout or
Squirrel.
any kind of stuff. Yeah, squirrel. We had some of that cooking this weekend. So.
All right.
Well, anyway, we appreciate you, Jenifer. Appreciate you coming on board. Looking forward to working with you, and glad you could be here on the show today. Don't forget to check out our website, tnwildlife.org. You can email us at twra.communications@tn.gov. That's one way to get a hold of us. Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, we appreciate that. Our handle, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. And then Twitter and Instagram, we're out there as well. And excited to get the information out to you and help you find ways to get outside. So, Jenifer, we appreciate you. Don, appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you, Jenifer.
And appreciate the McEwen Group. Thank you for that partnership there, the Pro Shop partner. Go check out their website and check out Chris's website as well. So,
Yeah, thanks, Jason.
all right. We'll see y'all next time on Tennessee WildCast.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee WildCast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.